Welcome to Silicon Valley Asian Business Talk.
Dr. Gong, welcome to our interview program. And I am Roger Chen, a professor from University of San Francisco, representing Center for Business Studies and Innovation at the University of San Francisco. And why don't you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Thank you, Roger. It's really my pleasure to join you for the Silicon Valley Asian Business Network talk. I earned my Doctor of Science, actually, in computer science from Washington University in St. Louis. Through the decades of tech innovation career, I have been a principal investigator for many DARPA research projects. And then I have also been serving adjunct faculty position at some of the universities. And then, of course, since 2001, I have co-created 5 startups to date, with 4 of them with successful exits, and 1 of them is still in active development. One of my most proud startup is Palo Alto Networks. My latest one, Metafoodx, is solving the sustainability challenges for the food service and healthy living for company, for our mission. We are determined to basically use AI for food and health sustainability. It's a big problem. It will take us a long time. And then what we actually do is to start by sustaining the food operators' profitability. That we are using AI-based consumption tracking, and that collect the accurate, useful data. And then we use that data to drive their production management service. So in the end, we are helping them to prevent food waste by avoiding overproduction of food. That is a big challenge for those operators. And then for our customer, what we really are bringing them is an unprecedented cost of savings. In parallel to startup venture and angel investment, I am the active chair for HYSTA. Now, HYSTA is a nonprofit organization helping to elevate the leadership and the entrepreneurship capabilities for Chinese Americans.
Discussion topic: what guides our new product expansion roadmaps?
After you have initial products, you already have the baseline, then you need to kind of adjust the product, develop new products. And here, you also have like 2 different choices when you kind of try to develop new ones based upon the existing ones you already have. One is you kind of just to be more willing to take a risk, to explore like a very different high risk, high return type of products options, or the other options are more conservative. The philosophy basically is focusing on what you already have, do the incremental changes, which tends to be less risky. So based upon your new venture company, what's your practice, for those kind of choices, whether you are very open for new, very different, but high risky, high return, or very small incremental to improve your existing ones, which tend to be less risky?
Yeah, very, very good. Very insightful question there. For an early stage startup, clearly one thing is you must focus on delivering the immediate benefits. So you basically, what you provide needs to work, need to solve a real problem. The customer needs to see the benefit.
Yeah.
Of course, so that's a real return on investment. So that must be your focus. But then you as a startup, in particular, you want to grow the company, right, to a very big success. So this is where you have to think along the dimension of either what do you do to extend your customer base, or what do you do to offer additional benefits that your existing customer are going to be willing to pay. So it's almost like upsell the existing customer and the new customer. So those are the ones indeed that you should think carefully based on where you plan and things are, and you need to actually engage the customer in a deeper fashion, right? And then to decide what you are going to plan your roadmap. So I'll give you one example for us. I mean, today it's already from a 0 to 1 jump in terms of being able to track accurately the consumption, use that to plan the production. So that is the immediate step. We expect to bring them significant savings in terms of COGS and in terms of the labor. Now, when we talk to the customer, we do know customer are using some of the other product for, let's see, menu management, centralized menu management, and also they may deal with some of the food suppliers, right? The purchasing. But because we are solving such a critical point where to give them the accurate predictive data, and naturally for the customer, they want to see us to extend and then directly from the production, what they need to buy, how much they need to produce, to a vendor list in terms of how much of what to buy. And to us, it's very natural because we don't have to claim all the other, like central management because they come from different drivers. But we are very, very focused on it's really cost saving, it's really overproduction, over purchasing. So then we can define our value proposition and keep a narrow focus. And we just need to extend along that line. So indeed, we are then extending along the food supply chain towards the purchasing. Then the customer is up for it because they know that's the critical thing they want. They don't want to deal with a complex, right, system. So yeah, that's how we evaluate, look at how we define our strategy, where we spend our resource.
Actually, that's a very, very good question. Actually logically make a lot of sense, meaning the customers naturally, want you to expand your services, right? But do you have the situation, so from customer side, it makes sense to give them these additional services, right? And like a business logic makes a lot of sense, but from your operation perspective, from technology perspective, you may see the big challenge for you to kind of expand, even along the kind of supply chain logic, right? Supply chain part of it, but you see some kind of hurdles, and then makes you kind of think twice. Have you had that kind of a situation?
I would say not on the supply chain side, just because we know how we have a leverage with the customer wants it. I would share, I mean, this is a little bit more on my long-term vision for the company. This is the one, indeed, I'm carefully managing the timing when I'm going to spend the resource or who I'm going to partner. I will simply say, without giving up too much, is we are starting with solving a real problem for the business. We are going to have very insightful data in terms of the kind of food, the kind of nutrition, and how people, right, in a aggregate fashion, right, how people are consuming this different kind of food. Now, with that, we have a vision. At appropriate time, we want to add consumers directly to our platform, because we do have the data to help the consumer to watch what they eat, because as you know, today people realize you are what you eat, right? At least for health. So this is where we see things are going. A lot of people have the demand, want to have a very easy, usable, and yet accurate, reliable solution to help them watch what they eat and suggest to them, give them information where they could fulfill a particular diet. And for us, we believe that will be the right thing for us to complete this ecosystem, right? From the B2B side and from the B2C side, because that connect indeed the long term in terms of us eating healthy, eating in a sustainable fashion. So that indeed is more, not feedback from my current customer, but it's how we judge, right, where is a bigger problem we need to solve, and we just need to manage the timing given, right, limited resource.
Thank you. That's great. So, clearly, actually, I can see you had this bigger vision. And also you mentioned about, going back to my earlier question, when necessary along this kind of a growth trajectory, you may think about a partnership if you need a new capabilities, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for watching.